Massena zone. Steve Smith out there. He's out there with Carroll on defense for Massena. Flips it ahead to center ice. Dump right back in the Massena zone. In behind the net, stopped there by Nathaniel Spatafor, who gets the start for Massena. He headmans it to Robidoux, and Robidoux just tips it down the ice inside Canton territory. Will go far enough for icing, and that's the call. And we have our first whistle of the game, and the face-off will move back in Massena territory.
Mention his second start of the year.
Here we go, the face-off, and it trips right in on Spatafor, right off the draw, and he'll make the save and hold on for the face-off. We'll do it all over again as Robidoux stays out there, as does John Parks. We've got LaPointe and Ainsworth playing the points for the Canton Golden Bears. Face-off left side, inside Massena territory. Little movement on the face-off. Wayne Hummel and Mike St. Louis are the two officials tonight, a couple of veteran officials. Let's see here. Parks gets tossed out of the circle. Smith moves in and wins the draw side of the net. Raiders, though, back to pick it up. Steve Smith wraps it around the boards. Doesn't clear the zone. Bears put some pressure on here. Picked up by Carroll. Carroll flips it ahead to the blue line. Kept in at the point. Dumped in behind the net again. Steve Smith can't come up with it. In behind the Bears. They race for it. Corey Chase trying to come up with it. And the puck squirts free. Picked up by Rochford. He can't clear the zone. Here's Chase. Quick shot. Scores a goal. And that was one of those excuse me goals as the puck came from the top of the circle right to Chase. He just turned around and fired it by Spatafor, who didn't even move. And the Bears take a 1-0 lead here early.
It was a quick release by Corey Chase. The Raiders trying to clear the zone on the boards, on the right boards, threw it up on the dasher. Chase parked just about the top of the circle. Puck took a funny hop, came right to him, and he wasted no time, one time, and he got Spatafor out of position. Nathaniel didn't have the good position, didn't have the body square to the shooter, and beat him on the short side, right up over the right shoulder.
Robbie Whitcup out for Massena now with Mankeys and Michaud. Coming out for Canton will be the Mike Donnelly line. Donnelly out there with J.P. Bridges and Brian Parker. Off the face-off, puck back in the Canton zone. Back out to center ice. Whitcup flips it inside, picked up on the Canton D. They'll move it from D to D, Smith to White, and he flips it out to center ice. Dave Park back from Massena, flipping it ahead on the wing to Michaud. Here comes Aaron Michaud. He's got Mankeys with him. Michaud takes it across left wing side, feeds to Mankeys. He lost it in his skate, and the puck cleared to the blue line, not out of the zone. Kept in momentarily by Francia. Puck poke checked away along the boards, and it's still in the zone. Raiders keep it in momentarily. Now the Bears pick it up, and it's out to center ice. Here comes Canton controlling the puck, flipping it ahead. Trying to race after it is Donnelly. He and Francia go together behind the net. Puck cleared around the boards by Robbie Whitcup, and the Raiders move it back out. Here comes Mankeys with it. Mankeys cuts across the middle, and offsides on the play will be Aaron Michaud on the left side. And we'll have the face-off inside, or just outside the Canton zone. 1-0 Golden Bears lead on the Evergreen Memorial scoreboard, and we're early in the first period.
Early, and the Bears respond early. Corey Chase, he's a big one, 6'5", 195-pound senior, coming at the 53-second mark. We'll pick up the assist later.
Off the face-off, puck deep inside Canton territory. Bears look to clear to the blue line. Kept in by Whitcup, poke checked away. That's Nathan Whitcup out to center ice. Banged ahead by Horan. Horan trying to flip it along the boards. The puck squirts back out the neutral ice, dumped right back in the zone again by the Red Raiders. Puck in behind the net, picked up by Canton's Ryan Hayes. Moves it along the boards around the right side. It's Pat Ryan, and Ryan just moves it out to center ice. Now trickles inside the Massena zone, but a Bear ahead of the play, and offsides will be the call. 12:47 left, first period, 1-0 Bears here on the Evergreen Memorial scoreboard.
Raiders entering tonight's contest, their fourth game of the year. The Bears, this is their seventh. With the 3-3 record, I think they're 1-1 in the league, 3-3 overall.
Face-off just outside Massena territory. Off the draw, puck controlled by Canton, and they dump it deep. And it's going to be Keith Simmons dumping it in the zone. Puck comes in behind the net, trickles around the boards. As Massena tries to move it ahead, Nathan Whitcup will skate it out of the zone. Looking for the headman, Converse. Converse takes it across, does a shift, gets by the D momentarily, but it's poke checked at the last second by the last man back, Hayes. Puck in the corner, they try to move it in front of the net. But it's broken up by Canton, and to the blue line and out to center ice it comes. And some good play made by Jason Briggs that time for the Golden Bears. Into the Massena zone. Banging after it is Kevin Horan. The puck squirts out by the blue line as they battle for it. Finally, it's poke checked deep in Massena territory. Racing after it is Rochford for Massena. As the Raiders try to get going here, Rochford trying to poke it ahead, has it knocked away. Right back in the zone it comes. Here comes Garin. The puck along the boards, dumped by the Massena defenseman in behind the net, but Horan skates back and lost it off the end of his stick. They battle for it. Gorin picks it up behind the net, looks to center, goes right across the goal mouth and back into the corner. Racing for it there for Massena is Brian Carroll. He gets tied up and it squirts free to Robidoux. Robidoux comes out of his own end. Here's Robidoux building up the head of steam. Headman pass, bouncing by everybody. Angstrom after it, catches up with it, takes it in behind, feeds it in front to Rochford. Couldn't get the shot off. We have a whistle. And we're going to have our first penalty of the game. An interference call will go against who?
Number 4 is going to be Canton picking up the interference call.
Dave Lapointe, I believe, will get the call for interference. That happened behind the play.
Paul Rochefort, an excellent opportunity to tie up this hockey game. Matt Robidoux, it was a 3-2 break. Robidoux made the pass on that left side, a little long for Angstrom, but Tad Hustle got down there before it was called for icing, threw it out in front. Rochefort parked right out in front, about 15 feet in front of James Frank, but didn't get much on it, kind of fanned on it.
And Ainsworth had him pretty well tied up.
Yeah, but he was free for a second. If it's on the stick, away in a hurry.
Massena on the power play. They had 3 against Ogdensburg. Here's David Park. Flips in the 45, Carroll, skates it, takes it in the corner, looks to go back to Park at the point. David takes it right to the middle, gets a shot off, not much on it, squirts in the corner. Picked up there, the Raiders trying to come up with it along the boards. And a good defensive play made by Simmons, tied up, and now Massena picks it up. Back to Carroll, back to the point, Park. He'll go over on the other side. Angstrom back to Park, winds it through traffic off a leg, comes to Carroll at the 45. Carroll steps by the check, takes it deep in the corner, right across the goal mouth. It's knocked down by the defense and is clear to the blue line. Not out. Park with his big reach keeps it in. Here's a sharp angle shot. Puck bounces back to the 45. Tad Angstrom takes it in behind the net. Here's Angstrom, stick handling. Controls it to the 45, back to Park at the point to Carroll. Carroll skates into the circle. Left side of the goalie, back to the point. David Park, he'll go over on the other side. Angstrom with it, flips it to Robidoux. Robidoux takes it out by the blue line, looks to go across. Carroll, he's all in front, shot, score! Nice pass by Robidoux to Carroll. The Raiders pick up a power play goal and tie this thing at 1.
That was just a beautiful pass and a beautiful finish by Brian Carroll. You mentioned the Raiders 3 of 6 last week against OFA, picked right up where they left off. Plays on the left-hand side, all the flow. The Canton attention is focusing on big 22 Matt Robidoux as he picks it up out near the top of the circle, actually between the top of the circle and the blue line. Looked across diagonally. He found Brian Carroll all alone to the left of goaltender James Frank. Beautiful pass, cross ice. Carroll had plenty of time to control the pass, stop and looked, and then put it right up underneath the crossbar. Top shelf. Great shot, great pass.
So the Raiders pick up a power play goal by Brian Carroll to tie this thing up at 1. Puck in the Massena zone. Mankey's trying to clear the zone, and it bounces around. And Mankey's gets a backhand on it, kept in at the point by Peter Smith. Finally, the Raiders pick it up and move it out to center ice. Robbie Whitcup to Gagne. He has to, or I should say, to Michaud, who has to turn around. Now flips it ahead for Mankey's, and Mankey's just dumps it in behind the Canton net. Back after it, Peter Smith. He gets forechecked. The puck squirts free, but the Bears are there to move it ahead. 1-1 tie on the Evergreen Memorial scoreboard. Here comes John Parks with it. John takes it across, lost it off the end of his stick. Steve Smith after it there. He gets tied up by Parks. Flip to the blue line, not out of the zone. They bang at it. The Raiders clear it. That's Angstrom with it. He's up, or Mankey's rather, up end. It stays with it, though, and just flips it into the zone. Picked up there by the Canton defense. Peter Smith back out to center ice. Moves it to the Massena line where Horan picks it up. Drops it on the other side to Wood. Adam Wood playing defense again here tonight. Looks like he's found a new position, Coach. And the puck bounces to the Massena line. And into the zone it goes. Cleared right back to the blue line, but not out of there. Puck bouncing along. Some hard checking going on right in front of the Massena bench. The puck comes free. And Francia flips to an open wing. Nobody there except Golden Bears. The puck in behind the net, but Smith is back, and we have a whistle. And we're going to have our first penalty against Massena. I believe Mankey's is going to get a holding call.
Holding call. You mentioned some heavy hitting. There was big-time hitting down front. J.P. Bridges, who just flattened Ian Francia right in front of the Massena bench. Getting back to that tying goal, coming at the 4:37 mark, Brian Carroll, his third of the year, with Steve Mankey's and Matt Robidoux picking up the assist, and that's a power play goal.
Mankey's gets a holding the stick call, and that'll give Canton a power play here as they send out Corey Chase and John Parks, and we'll pick up the rest in a moment. The Raiders with a face-off in their own end. They win the draw, and it's picked up behind the net by Massena's Kevin Horan. He circles, looks for the dasher boards, and down the ice it goes. Racing back after David Lapointe, who's playing 1 point. I think Jason Briggs is out there as well for Canton. Puck squirts free. Rochford, he'll dump deep in Canton territory. LaPointe back after it again. We've got a 1-1 tie hockey game here at the Canton Pavilion, Canton and Massena. Headman pass comes to Parks. He takes it in on the left wing side. Parks dipsy doodles into the circle, has it knocked away, kept in at the point by LaPointe, but he can't keep it in the zone, and the Raiders dump it back down the ice. Back after it, Dave LaPointe, he and Engstrom. Engstrom tries to feed his partner Rochford. The puck bounces free, and is picked up by LaPointe. And these two guys kill penalties very well, Rochford and Engstrom. Here's LaPointe, poke checked away by Rochford.
No sooner you said it, and just a great individual effort right at the blue line by Paul Rochford.
30 seconds left in the man advantage for the Golden Bears as they move it out to center ice. Big Robidoux there for Massena. Throws a check, trying to come up with a puck. It bounces away. Robidoux again flips it to the Massena line where Carroll gathers it in and lifts it down to Canton territory. Dave LaPointe makes a nice move, has it knocked away, and Big Robidoux is there. Bounce pass to himself off the boards. He and LaPointe go together. LaPointe gets there first, flips to the Massena line. Francia picks it up and dumps it with 4 seconds left in the man advantage, and the Raiders have killed this one off.
I don't think the Bears got a shot on goal on that power play, Jerry.
Puck comes back to Carroll at the point. He just shovels one, and it's blocked. Goes bouncing all the way to the Massena blue line. Francia is there. Francia flips it ahead, back out, back in. Delay offsides. The Bears will clear the zone, though, and Francia picks up the loose puck. Francia in behind his own net, circles from left to right. Flips it on the 45 to Mishaw. Mishaw gets forechecked, has to drop it back to Francia. Francia flipping to an open wing, stepping in front is Simmons. Simmons dumps it behind the net, trying to get the return pass. The puck is controlled by the Raiders, though, as they move it along the boards. Not out of the zone, though. Kept in by Pat Ryan, doing a good job along the boards there. And I'm not saying that because his mother's up here in the press box. Puck in the corner. Raiders control out to center ice. Robidoux. Robidoux poke checked away. Nice defensive play. Puck back in the Massena zone. Delay offsides. Francia gathers it. Flips it ahead for Mishaw. Mishaw can't quite catch up with it. Goes back to Carroll. Massena blue line. Steps to the red line. Dumps it deep in Canton territory. Canton defenseman Nick White picks it up and flips it over the boards into the wall. And we'll have a face-off inside Canton territory. 6:26 left. Period 1. Evergreen Memorial scoreboard says 1-1.
Name that sticks out in my mind, Dave LaPointe. You called it a lot already early in this first period. Remember that last year, Jerry, that great comeback, Massena down 3-0, tied at 3-3, but went into OT, and it was Dave LaPointe who got that winning goal at the 2:56 mark on that screenshot from the right point.
Nathan Whitcup wins the draw, comes back to the point, but out to center ice. Steve Smith picks it up there, dumps it back in Canton territory. Ainsworth flipping to his partner, and out to center ice it comes. Here come the Golden Bears into the Massena zone. Poke checked right back out by Adam Wood. Raiders back the other way. Whitcup, Nathan, takes it across, gets tied up. The puck bounces in front of the net, but it's picked up there by Ainsworth. Ainsworth, headman, doesn't clear the zone. Comes to Converse. Converse trying to move it ahead, but it's stolen away, and back out to center ice it goes. To the Massena line. There's a battle for the puck. Back is Wood. He'll bang it ahead. Doesn't clear the zone. Golden Bears have a chance. A backhander. Save made. The puck sits in front of the net. Cleared out by the blue line. A big battle for it there. Nobody can get a stick on it. And finally it bounces free and just trickles over the blue line. After it, Converse throws a check. Stays with a puck. Converse trying to bust his way through. He gets checked. The puck squirts free. Here's a chance in front for Joe, but it went behind him on the play as Nathan Whitcup just couldn't get it to him. And the puck bounces to the Massena line, where it's picked up by Gorin. He flips it across. Into the zone it goes. Poke checked away by Smith. And Steve will pick up the puck, flips it to the side of the net, and Adam Wood is there for the Raiders. And I think Spatafor says, I don't like this puck around my cage like this. He covered it up for the face-off.
I've got a feeling special teams are going to play a big part in this game, Jerry. Both clubs checking tenaciously. There haven't been a lot of shots on either goaltender, not a lot of, certainly second opportunities. The Bears just had one a second ago where an unforced Massena turnover and kind of a weak shot on Nathaniel, and he gave up a big rebound. Got to control those rebounds. Can't let him come out like that one in the slot. Good thing his defenseman was Johnny on the spot to clear the zone. But special teams probably will play a big part in the outcome of this game.
Face off left side in the Massena zone. Off the draw, Chase, quick snapshot, save made. A quick release on Chase, and the Raiders clear it after the save Out to center ice. Robidoux trying to bust his way through, and the Golden Bear defense clears it back out to center ice. Horan is there to dump it back in. Massena has to get on side. Back after it is Simmons, who just made a good play on Robidoux. Simmons out of his own end, flips it to the blue line. Kept in Angstrom. Angstrom gets it back at the blue line. He flips it along the boards, and it comes in the corner. Angstrom skating in after it. Here's Angstrom, dipsy doodles, goes back to the blue line. Park keeps it in the zone. He gets a shot in behind the net. Puck trickles along into the other corner. Robidoux gets a piece of it. It bounces into the circle. They battle for it in the circle. Comes back to the blue line. Horan flips it in the corner again. In behind the net, it's picked up by Simmons. He'll circle around and just dump it down the ice to take off the pressure. That'll be icing against Canton, and the face-off move back in Golden Bear territory.
One change in the for the Raiders tonight. Ryan Gagne is out of the lineup in that center spot, and Matt Jobe will be centering Chris Converse and Nathan Whitcup. I think that's the only change for the Raiders tonight.
That is. 4:24 left first period. 1-1 tie hockey game here at the Canton Pavilion. The Red Raiders and the Golden Bears. It's going to be Robbie Whitcup taking the face-off for Massena in the Canton zone. Wins the draw. Here's Park trying to get it on. He gets the puck, shoots, and fired it wide. Puck comes along the boards to the blue line. Horan takes a whack at it, but it goes by him. He takes another whack at it. Comes to Mankies. He can't control it. Golden Bears do. Out to center ice, picked up there and flipped to the Massena line. Here's an opportunity for Donnelly. Donnelly gets one right on the shot, and the save made by Spatafor. Wasn't a hard shot, but Spatafor decides to cover it up.
You and I are always saying big 22, Matt Robidoux for the Raiders, and he is big, 6'2", 175. Well, then we'd have to describe Corey Chase as big number 9, because as I mentioned, he's 6'5", and you put a pair of skates on him and add a couple more inches, he looks like a center on a basketball team out there, but 195.
Donnelly will take the face-off against Whitcup in the Massena zone. Comes to Mankies. Mankies backhands it. It goes up over the boards into the Massena bench. Under 4 minutes in the first period, a 1-1 tie hockey game on the Evergreen Memorial scoreboard. Broadcast brought to you in part by North Country Savings Bank. If Wall Street's taking you on the ride of your life, now's the time to open a safe and secure North Country Savings Bank high-interest certificate of deposit. Stop at any North Country office and check it out. Puck controlled. Side of the net. Here's a chance in front, cleared by the Massena defense, or actually a back-checking forward, shot into the corner. Bears keep it in, dump it deep in behind the net. Francia after it. Francia being bothered there by Donnelly again. Donnelly has it behind the net trying to center, but it's intercepted by Brian Carroll, and Carroll skates ahead. Here's Carroll looking up ice, takes it by one. Brian Carroll lugging the mail. He'll take it in on his off wing, and he made a little move at the blue line, and that caused Aaron Michaud to go off sides.
Just by a split second, they gained the zone, going to set up the play. Brian Carroll working out of his own end, sifting through 2 or 3 Golden Bears, as you mentioned. Just that little deke, that extra deke at his offensive blue line, drew his wing offside. 3:25 left in the first period, a 1-1 hockey game. The Bears got on the board first at the 53-second mark, and the Raiders tying at the 4:37 mark.
Off the faceoff, Francia dumps it deep in Canton territory. Back after Nick White. White out there along with Simmons. White trying to flip it ahead, has it taken away by Nathan Whitcup. They battle in the corner. Jobe is in there as well. Whitcup gets a stick on it. Now it's finally taken away from him by White again. He'll start out left side of his goaltender. Here's White, doesn't clear the zone. Puck squirts in there to Jobe. Jobe trying to get the shot. He's too well tied up, has to dump in the corner, and is cleared around the boards by Simmons, and they move it ahead to the blue line. Not out. Carroll's shot from the blue line is wide, comes all the way back to the other point. Converse is there, looks to dump it in behind to Jobe. Jobe trying to center Whitcup. Whitcup has to skate in after it, takes to the circle. Cross ice pass. Oh, and Jobe couldn't get a stick on it. He was in good position. And now the puck cleared out to center ice along the puck boards, and it jumps over the glass into the stands.
We mentioned this is an important game for both clubs, especially the Raiders. They have to prove to themselves that they can beat Canton. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Canton winning 8 of the last 9. Looking back at the last time that Raiders beat the Golden Bears was on February 17th, 1998. It was a 3-2 win for Massena, and I think Big Michael Cameron got the winning goal that night. But Canton's had Massena's number. 16 of 10 of the last 16, 8 out of 9.
Wow. Off the face-off, puck just inside the blue line, Canton territory. Robidoux throws a check, the puck squirts free. Smith gets a piece of it, gets it back again, flips into the circle. The Bears are there, trying to move it ahead. Robidoux forechecking, picks up the puck, trying to flip it in between, gets it back again to the blue line. Wood just knocks it down to Robidoux. Robidoux skates by one. Here's Robidoux in the corner, just too well tied up. Couldn't get any shot off, but he pokes it away. It bounces out to the blue line and out to center ice, where Steve Smith picks it up and shovels it back in the zone. Raiders have to get onside. Canton knocks it down, dump it down the ice. That will not be icing as the puck comes in behind, and it's played by Massena goaltender Spatafor. Wood trying to come up with it. He almost lost it side of the net. Robidoux can't control. Out by the blue line. Here's a shot from the point. Bounces in behind the net. Racing after it there. Here's Fisher centering it right across the goal mouth. Nobody there to get a stick on it, or they were too well tied up. Raiders finally come up with it, and it's Angstrom. Angstrom steps by one. Here's Angstrom right down the middle. Takes it across, wide left side now. Trying to drop it in the corner. Has it taken away by the Canton D. They lose it in front. Rochford shots. Fired it wide. The puck just ended up on his stick in front of the net, and he couldn't get much on it. Wood comes up with it. Weak shot. Comes back to the other point. Smith cranks it up. His shot goes off a leg in the corner. Here's Robidoux after it. Robidoux centers Rochford. Rochford trying to center to Angstrom. Comes back to Wood to Angstrom. Here's Tad Angstrom with it. Lost it off the end of his stick out by the blue line. Kept it in. Here's Angstrom trying to dipsy doodle. Finally, it's poke checked away, and down the ice it goes. And that'll be icing against Canton.
And Jerry, that whole scenario, basically the Raiders came up with a 2-on-4. And when you have the advantage like that, the Golden Bears can't give up the blue line as easily they did. The defense backed right in, allowed the Massena forward to cross the blue line. Once it gets in that 60-foot offensive zone, nothing but bad things can happen. When you've got the opposition outnumbered like that, you got to stand up at the blue line and force that man.
1-1 tie with 1:06 left in the first period. Whitcup out there, Robbie to take the face off. Off the draw, the puck comes in behind the net, picked up there by Simmons, rips it around the boards. Mankeys falls down, the puck underneath him, and they're going to blow the whistle on that. Mankeys was upended and ended up on top of the puck.
Our vantage spot here for tonight's ball game is right in the press box, right at center ice. Great vantage spot. We're on the west side, the fans across the way on the east side. Nice and warm, nice and cozy in here, Jerry.
It is indeed. Here's David Park with it. Park circling at his own blue line, flips it on the wing. Along the boards, cross back out to center ice. They battle for it there. Finally, it comes free, and there's going to be a hand pass called on Robbie Whitcup. Tried to get away from it, but Wayne Humel was right there to make the call.
Good call. Kind of sneaky little move by Robbie. Not too many people saw it. You and I did. And
we're in a perfect spot.
Referee Humel. Good call.
Off the face, the puck dumped into Massena zone. Trickles in, not far enough for icing. Back after it, Kevin Horan. Horan for Massena. He'll dump it to his partner, Big Dave Park, and Park moves it ahead. He's another tall guy on this team. Park can't clear the zone. Dumped in the corner. 29 seconds left. They center in front. They get a man free to shot short side. Just nowhere to shoot at. And Spatafor clears it along the blue line, but not out of the zone. Puck picked up there by Horan. Horan looks, being bothered. Finally, the puck knocked away from him. The Bears have got their big line out there, the Parks line, and they're doing some damage right now. It comes back to the blue line. Nick White trying to keep it in. At the point he does momentarily. Now the Raiders finally dump it. And is it going to go far enough for icing? No way, as it dies even before the buzzer sounded. And so the Canton Golden Bears, Robidoux off the face-off against Parks. The puck trickles into the Massena zone, picked up by Brian Carroll. Carroll in behind his net, trying to move it around the horn, and out to center ice it comes. Here comes Robidoux picking up the loose puck, takes it in wide, steps, turns around, drops it in front. Angstrom shot. Great save by goaltender James Frank on Tad Angstrom, and the score stays a 1-1 tie.
Great save, great move by Matt Robidoux as he came steaming down that left side, gained the zone, did a spinorama move on the Canton defenseman, left it for the Raider trailer, and he just fired a shot. Great save by goaltender Frank.
Here come the Golden Bears back the other way, and it's Corey Chase, takes it wide, and Smith lost his stick. The puck is underneath Chase, and finally it bounces in behind the net. Poke checked along the boards. Carroll after it. He bangs it to the blue line, kept in at the point. Comes back in the corner, and we're going to have a penalty on Canton, I believe. Yep, the whistle blows. As Rochford just got railed out by the blue line. I just caught that in the corner of my eye, but it's going to be a penalty, probably for interference.
Oh, and Coach Roger Hewitt's got to be livid. That's one of those, goes in the classification. It's not a good penalty. The Bears have gained the zone. The play's down in the corner. There's no one out near the blue line, and the Canton defenseman just upended the Massena forward. No one around him. Massena going to go back in the power play. We mentioned Roger Hewitt, his second year at the helm here at Canton. Last year was 19-3-2, and excellent coach. Rogers out of the Norwood Norfolk area, I do believe.
And he was a heck of a hockey player. He played
Clarkson,
his high school hockey at Norwood Norfolk and then played at Clarkson, as you mentioned. In fact, I remember when he was in high school, he used to play one shift on forward, then go back and play defense. He was out on the ice almost the whole game. Off the face-off, Massena dumps it. It was an intended pass for Engstrom, streaking down the left wing, went by him. And off, or I should say icing is the call. 1-1 tie hockey game here as we go into period number 2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Raiders 5 of 15, as we mentioned, on the power play. Now it's 6 for 16, just wailing along. And we mentioned special teams going to play a big part in tonight's outcome.
Off the face-off, Carroll picks up the loose puck, skates it ahead, does a shift, lost it off the end of his stick, gets it back again, has it poked away. Here come the Golden Bears, and they just dump it in the corner. Good chance for Parker, but he really had nowhere to go with it. Robidoux comes back after. You talked about that first pass again, Coach. And the first pass this time goes to Carroll. He bangs it ahead for Engstrom, and Massena's out. Here comes Engstrom by a check, takes it across. Engstrom circles, looking to set it up, goes to Robidoux out by the blue line, right back to Engstrom at the point, kept in nicely by Park. Park gets the pass back, knocks it down, goes back to Robidoux. Robidoux cross-ice pass in front, Carroll's shot. Save made, the rebound in the corner. Poke check behind the net. And the puck around. They found Carroll again right in his favorite spot in the 45 there, deep. Puck comes to Robidoux. Robidoux out to Park at the blue line. This is Dave Park from Massena. To Robidoux, Robidoux, Carroll. This time it doesn't get through. They learned their lesson as Simmons came over and blocked that pass. Here's Engstrom taking it across. Here's Engstrom, dipsy-doodles by one. Quick shot is wide. Puck whistles to Carroll out by the blue line. Flips in the corner, intercepted there, and dumped down the ice by the Golden Bears. Out to play it is Spatafor. He flips it ahead for Dave Park, and Park turns it at the blue line. Here's Park, headman Robidoux. He's got a step. Here comes Robidoux. Takes it in the corner, has it go off the end of his stick. And that was a nice defensive play by John Parks, and he moves it out to center ice. Headman, as the penalties elapsed, and the Raiders do not get a power play goal there. Remains a 1-1 tie. Puck in behind. Canton territory. Puck squirts right in front of the net, but the Bears are there to move it out to center ice. And down the wing it comes into Massena territory. Headman pass. Here's a chance in front. And John Parks tried to roof it, and he was too high as he had a good opportunity. Puck hit the goal post that time, and a shot from the blue line. And it's going to be iced by Brian Carroll as Massena in disarray in their own end.
A little lax. They got some guys out there too long out on the power play. Massena couldn't get a shift change out there, and a little tired. The Bears got him on an odd man rush, and you mentioned pass coming across the crease area. Had a guy parked right off the crease, didn't connect, but went to the other side, took that shot, hit the goal post. But getting back to Massena's power play, effective, moved the puck, gained the zone, looked good in there, didn't get a goal, but they certainly impressed you and I with the way they threw it around, and especially Brian Carroll sneaking over that one side. Canton's got to be more wary of him.
Off the face-off, puck goes side of the net. Steve Smith lost it off the end of his stick. The centering pass hits the back of the net. Smith comes up with it, flips it ahead. Matt Jobe down the left wing side. His head man right on the stick of Whitcup, 2-on-1. Whitcup breaks in there with Converse. Fees Converse shot, missed it, high. Wide open net, and Converse just fired it up over the net on a great pass from Whitcup.
Oh, and a great pass from Matt Jobe coming out of his own zone, found Nathan Whitcup, right at the blue line, steaming down, and on the right side, Chris Converse, both busting hard. Whitcup gained the blue line, took the defenseman to the outside. Converse went to the net, threw it across, and he had right on the tape, and Converse had the wide open net and couldn't put it home, couldn't finish. But just a great all-around play by that line of Jobe, Whitcup, and Converse.
I had that one written down, Coach.
Oh, so did I. That was wide open. Chris would like to
have that one again.
Ooh.
Nathan Whitcup on the face-off. Puck sits in the circle as they battle for it. Coming out of the fray, the Golden Bears. They'll move it down the ice. That's the defenseman, Dave Lapointe. And he's got some offensive skills as well. Puck in the corner. Battling for it there is Briggs. Briggs takes it around, has it taken away by Nathan Whitcup, who in turn loses it to J.P. Bridges. Puck tied up along the boards. Converse trying to help out. Corrin's battling. The puck squirts free. Picked up by Briggs. Takes it behind the net again. Looks to center it. Bouncing puck side of the net. And finally, it's Whitcup with it. Nathan moves it out. Here's Nathan to center ice. He's bodied out of the play by Bridges. Moves it ahead to Jobe. Jobe flips it in across the blue line. Bears defense picks it up and headmans it right back out again. Pat Ryan flips to the Massena line. Smith is there to dump it ahead. Ryan right back again inside Massena territory. Back after it. Horan bodied out of the play by Bridges. The puck squirts free along the boards. They go back to the blue line. Here's a shot. Actually, it's dumped deep in the corner. Rips around to Fisher. Fisher with it, trying to center. Smith gets a piece of it. Bouncing puck right across the goal mouth. Here's a shot, and Spatafor comes out before any more damage can be done and makes a save on J.P. Bridges.
Yeah, J.P. Bridges parked in front, but the guy who did a lot of work was number 10 out there, Jason Briggs, as he came around from behind the net and found Bridges out in front at number 34. That's Eric Baxter, I do believe.
Bridges.
Oh, it is. That's right. We changed jerseys. Styles Bridges, J.P. Bridges. Number 10 is Jason Briggs, excuse me. I got the B's in there, but Briggs and Bridges. But just a good, hard-working effort by Briggs and J.P. Bridges.
Robbie Whitcup out there with his line mates for Massena. Steve Mankies and Aaron Mishaw. It's going to be Donnelly with Parker and Bridges as we have a face-off inside Massena territory. Off the draw, puck sits in the circle. They battle for it. A little pushing and shoving, and finally Massena comes out of the fray. Out to center ice. Right back to the blue line it goes. Carroll is there to flip it ahead, knocked away. Across the blue line, racing in after it there is Ryan. And he had to wait for his team to get onside. The puck in the Massena zone. And apparently they did not get onside, so the whistle blows, and we'll have a face-off outside the zone. 1-1 tie hockey game here on the Corky's Collision scoreboard with 10:39 left in the middle period.
After tonight's encounter, the Raiders at home this coming weekend should be an outstanding tournament. Aquinas, Saratoga, and South Carlton, and both those clubs, Aquinas won the Division II championship last year, and Saratoga Division I.
So both are state champions coming into Massena this weekend. Puck dumped out to center ice, dumped right back inside Massena territory. Stopped by Spatafor in behind the net. Francia looks for his wing. He's got him. Flips it ahead, but not out of the zone. Kept in. Here's a shot right on, and the save made by Spatafor. That shot taken by Simmons, and he kind of didn't get much on it. Went right into Spatafor's breadbasket, and he held on for the faceoff.
Jerry, that should never have materialized. The Raider defenseman down deep in his own end looked, and he couldn't find anybody. Canton had everyone covered. All he had to do was dump the puck off the dasher. He came up the middle, right up the middle, soft, and the only guy there was a Canton defenseman. You just can't do those things if you want to win good hockey games, and he'll have to go back and thank his buddy Nathaniel for making that save, because, ooh, that was a big boo-boo.
And I'm sure that the coaching staff will have a word with him. Here's a shot knocked down. Angstrom off the glass to the blue line, kept in at the point. Now it's stolen away. Angstrom again. He's got some room. Here comes Angstrom out of the pack. Here's Angstrom, gets a shot off as he gets knocked down. Good back checking there by Dave Lapointe. Broke up the play. Comes to Robidoux in front. The shot up over the net. Angstrom trying to get after it along with Rochford in behind. Finally, it's cleared around the boards and down the ice. That'll be an icing call against the Golden Bears. Two excellent opportunities for Massena.
Oh, boy. Tad Angstrom caught the Bear defense offensive-minded. Didn't have possession. They froze on the offensive blue line. He jumped on that loose puck and split them. And away he went. Looked like he was going to break free. But as you mentioned, a great effort by number 4, Dave Lapointe, who caught him from the weak side. Didn't get a lot on the shot, but it deterred him enough to... But then the puck came right back out to Big 22, and he whistled one over the top crossbar. Had goaltender Frank Beaton.
Off the face-off. The puck comes in front. Angstrom couldn't get a stick on it. Here's a shot right across the goal mouth. I think Frank got a piece of that. At the point, Smith flips it in the corner. Bears try to clear. Do not. Comes to Robidoux. Robidoux to Smith, poke check, but he keeps it in the zone momentarily. Now it's back to the Massena line and trickles inside Massena territory. They wave the icing off. Dave Park quickly to Angstrom. Here's Angstrom, center ice, gets by one. Here's Angstrom, 3-on-2. Angstrom takes it across, gets upended or lost his edge or something, and goes down. The puck comes in behind the net. Bouncing puck around the boards. Raiders make some changes here. Bears will move it out of the zone. And it's Big John Parks with it. Parks circles in front of his own net, then dumps it. It goes in behind the net. Now, I had thought when it goes through the crease like that, it's not icing, but apparently it is.
It is icing, and face off deep in the Massena end. But, Jerry, I just want to mention this youngster's name before we go any further. And he's not big, 5'8", 155, but a heart of a lion, and he's having a super game out here. Number 6, Tad Angstrom. He's had several end-to-end rushes, and he just, the Bears are having trouble containing him. A couple of times, as in the last rush, he lost his edge at the last second. But
off the face-off, Job can't get the shot off. The Bears will move it out as they break out. Long head man goes by everybody. Another icing call against Canton. They try to get it ahead. And it was Pat Ryan who was leading the attack, and he tried to get a stick on it, and it just didn't connect.
You know, as a coach, you don't mind those things because that's what the Canton had possession. The forwards break. They know they're breaking hard. Ryan was breaking hard. The defenseman feathered the pass up through the middle, and it's just a tad long. But you don't mind those because they're doing things that the coach taught them. And most of the time, you hope those will connect.
Off the faceoff, Francia cranks it up, and that hit off a leg. I think Ryan got in front of that one and made the block. The puck comes free in the corner to the blue line at the point. Carroll winds up. His shot is wide, deflected. And the Bears move it to the blue line. Francia pinches in, can't keep it in as it trickles out to center ice. Carroll has to pick it up at his own blue line. Headman pass. Whitcup. Whitcup takes it across with Job. Here's Whitcup. Feeds to Job in front. Shot, save, and a great one. Frank just played it perfectly. He just put his bulk in front of the net, and the shot was right on, and he made the save. Right back comes Converse this time, has it taken away, and flipped out to center ice to Jason Briggs. Here's Briggs. He's a good package. He tries to get by, and it's taken away. He was going 1-on-3, and it didn't work. Here comes Nathan Whitcup. Headman to Matt Job. Job lugs it down the ice, takes it in on the right wing side, looking to drop it to Converse. He has to chase it. The puck along the boards, they battle there. Converse trying to come up with it. Job is in there, and the puck's still free. Also, Pat Ryan is in there battling for it, and they finally tie it up and hold on for the faceoff.
Excellent rush that time, Nathan Whitcup and Matt Job. Just a great rush, but a better save by James Frank. But Nathan Whitcup coming down his off wing on that right side. 2-on-1 situation, a little backhand pass, and Matt Job didn't waste any time, just one-timed it, but again, goaltender Frank read the pass and was able to slide across, stack the pads, and made a great save.
8 minutes even left in the second period, still 1-1 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Face-off left side in the circle, puck picked up in front, the shot, Menke scores right off the face-off, and the Raiders take a 2-1 lead.
Just a beautiful shot. Steve Menke's right off the draw. The Raider forward, Robbie Whitcup, won the draw, put it right back, and Steve Menke's, who was parked along the boards, came off the boards, picked it up. The Raider defense forwards held up the Canton defender trying to get out, and Steve Menke's one little move, and then from about 30 feet out, wristed a bullet up over goaltender James Frank's left shoulder, and the Raiders lead 2-1.
Off the draw, puck at the point. David Park keeps it in, centers it right in front of the bouncer, right across the goal mouth, and Frank is going to grab it before any more damage can be done as he's got Menke's on his doorstep again.
Steve Menke's will get the goal, but I'll tell you, Robbie Whitcup winning the draw, and that's so important for the any club in those offensive faceoffs. Whitcup, the faceoff was to the right of to the left of James Franks. Robbie Whitcup won the draw back, and coming off the dasher was Menke's. He picked it up, and before the Canton forward could get out on him, he just took one stride and ripped a bullet over the left shoulder of goaltender James Frank.
Faceoff left side, inside Canton territory. Bears move it to the blue line. Smith keeps it in, trying to feed it through the middle. Comes back to Smith at the point. Quick snapshot, and the save-made rebound. And Michaud tried to get a shot up, but he was too well tied up. Puck comes back to Park at the blue line from Massena. Back to the point, Menke's. Menke's trying to backhand a pass in. It's knocked down. They got a man breaking, and guess who it is? Corey Chase. But he didn't really have much chance to get after it. Now Park's after it. Feeds Chase. Chase steps by one, takes it in front. The shot. He scores a goal and ties it. And he had Massena defenders hanging all over him, and he just came right toward the middle and beat Nathaniel Spatafor to tie this thing up at 2.
Well, Corey Chase, his second goal, and I tell you, that enough to take the wind right out of your sails. You get a hard-fought goal, and the opposition comes right back. But Raiders got to lay some body. I know he's a big one, but he went down that left side, down deep in the corner, and worked his way right out in front, and no one put a stick to him. And in some traffic, he got off a little backhander, looked like, and beat goaltender Nathaniel Spatafor along the ice, and that's his second goal. That coming at just 38 seconds after the Raiders had went ahead 2-1.
2-2 tie hockey game. Ian Francia with it. Flips it down the sidelines, intercepted and dumped deep in Massena territory. Puck comes in behind the net. Carroll gets tied up around the board. Some good forechecking there by Parks. He flips the puck in behind the Massena net. Francia there, poke checked away. He knocks it down. Puck bounces side of the net. Carroll, he can't control it. As they battle for it, Mark Smith flips it in behind. Smith trying to move it, but poke checked away by Robidoux. And Big Matt comes around the boards. He lost it off the end of his stick. Here's a shot. That shot taken by Smith is wide. Puck in the corner. And Massena defenseman lost his edge. Canton's got a man in front, but Robidoux comes back to flip it ahead out to center ice. Here come the Raiders. Rochford. He's got a 1-on-3. He'll wind up at the blue line and didn't even really get much of a shot off as the puck knocked down to the blue line. Back out to center ice. Francia has to wait. And what's the call?
I'm not sure the call, but getting back those goals, Jared, we'll sort that out. We've got, officially they've given that Raider goal to Aaron Misha, but I think it was Steve Menkes.
It was Steve Menkes.
Yeah, no question. And the tying goal for Canton at the 7:42 mark, Corey Chase from John Parks.
And that was no question either.
Yeah, we'll get that one straight around later, but officially they've got it down as Aaron Misha, but I'm almost positive. I know it was
Menkes.
Menkes coming off the board.
Right off the face-off. Yep. And they apparently called an offsides as it looked like Massena was going to take the puck in the zone. They never did, but the whistle blew, and offsides the call. Off the face-off, puck dumped deep in Canton territory. Back in after it is Peter Smith. Smith, the defenseman for the Bears, starts out. Being forechecked a little bit by Whitcup, but he gets it off the boards ahead to center ice, Jason Briggs. Briggs headmaned to Ryan, knocked away by Parks for Massena. Job ahead to Nathan Whitcup, knocked away by the Bears, out to the blue line, out to center ice. David Park from Massena bangs it off the boards, inside Canton territory. Picked up there by White. White has it knocked away, but coming back is Briggs. Briggs had a good game here for Canton this evening. In behind, Whitcup is upended on the play, and the puck squirts free, and here comes Jason Briggs for the Bears. Doesn't clear the zone. Following on the play, though, it bounces, takes a funny bounce, comes to Ryan, and he just backhands it deep in Massena territory. Steve Smith after it. He'll flip it around to David Park. Park and Ryan go together. Park comes away with the puck and flips it to Smith on the other side. Smith steps by a check, trying to go to Job at the 45, has it knocked away and pokes it ahead. Finally, it's picked up there by Nathan Whitcup. Whitcup down the sideline, taken in the boards by J.P. Bridges, tries to stay with it, flips it in the zone. Back after it, Peter Smith, and he bangs it out to center ice. Steve Smith for Massena. Off the boards, back in the zone. Puck right along the boards in the Canton zone. Is Canton making a line change, and we'll have a face-off there as they're going to be called for the offside. We're down to 5:12 left in the middle period, a 2-2 tie hockey game on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Both clubs generating more offense this period. Those two goals coming 38 seconds apart. 7:04 mark for Steve Menkes and 7:42 for Corey Chase, his second of the night.
Off the face-off, puck along the boards to the Massena line, and apparently went up into the Canton bench, so we'll face it off again.
They haven't changed it on the score sheet, but we've changed it on our stat sheet. We've given that goal to Steve Menkes. The official scorer gave it to, or the referee gave it to Aaron Misha, but I'm sure they'll work that out between periods.
Off the face-off, dumped deep in the zone by the Red Raiders, Ian Francia. Puck around the boards, bodies flying in there as they battle for it in the corner. Puck bouncing around. Michaud's in there digging for it for Massena along with Robbie Whitcup, but the Bears come up with the puck, and out to center ice they come. Here comes Canton in the Massena zone, looking to drop it back. Goes back to the blue line. Here's the shot, way wide. Takes a funny bounce off the boards. Carroll flips it to the blue line, not out of the zone. Here's a shot from the point. That's deflected wide. That shot came off the stick of Simmons and hit something. Carroll rips it around the boards again. Bouncing puck kept in by Simmons. He centers it right across the goal mouth, and the puck in the other corner, right side of the goalie. Hard check thrown by Menkes. Where's the puck? Tied up in the Golden Bear skates. Now it's going to come behind to Kevin Horan. Horan trying to move it ahead, has it knocked away. Good forechecking by this Canton line. That's Brian Parker out there. Parker has it, moves it in front, but it's intercepted by Carroll. And finally, the Raiders break out Menkes. He's got Robidoux breaking. Takes it across, winds up, his shot is wide. Bouncing puck comes to Carroll. Carroll looking for Robidoux behind the net. Big Matt picks up the loose puck, trying to center it in front. Goes in behind again. Now it's Engstrom with it. Engstrom trying to center to Robidoux. Back out to the point off a leg to center ice, and Brian Carroll picking it up, turning it around. He'll dump it right back in the zone. Puck in behind. Bouncing free, Engstrom in front, trying to feed Robidoux, but it's poke checked away by the Canton defense, and they break it out of here. Here comes Corey Chase with it again, winds from the blue line, fired it wide. Puck comes to Matt Robidoux, out to center ice, ahead to Rochford. Rochford trying to flip to Robidoux. Robidoux takes it across, does that spinorama, lost it off the end of his stick. The bouncing puck comes in behind the net. David Lapointe to the blue line, and it trickles out to center ice. Here comes Canton again, Mark Smith with it, getting by the Massena defenseman, gets a shot off, and scores a goal. It looked like Spatafor had him all the way, but it got somehow by him, and it's 3-2 for Canton.
Mark Smith going down that left side. Basically, the Bears caught the Raiders on a 2-on-1, but the Raider defenseman played it well, took the took the trailer and left the shooter to Nathaniel Spatafor, and he did not, from a tough angle, Smith backhand one, and I thought Nathaniel had it, had the angle, but somehow it got in under the pads, and Coach Latham is making a goaltending change right now.
So Matt Meacham will go in to play nets for Massena.
It's going to be number 14 that got the goal for the Golden Bears.
Mark Smith probably from Chase and Parks. We'll wait on the official, but that makes it 3-2 for Canton. Off the faceoff, David Park from Massena. Trying to move it ahead, knocked away. Comes to Robidoux. Robidoux has it taken off his stick, tries to get it back again to the Massena line. Comes to Rochford. Rochford will take it in on the off wing. Rochford cuts right down the middle, gets a shot off, and Frank makes the save. And he dives out of his net to cover it up and holds on for the face-off.
That go-ahead goal for the Bears coming at the 11:48 mark. Mark Smith with Corey Chase and number 8, John Parks, picking up the assist. And Nathaniel Spatafor would like to have that one back because a harmless-looking shot from a pretty tough angle. Good rush by the Bears, but the Raiders played it well. The defenseman took the trailer, left the shooter, and he was at a tough angle. Nathaniel looked like he had that corner. Somehow it got in under the pads, and that's a soft goal.
Off the face-off, the puck dumped deep in Canton territory. Back after it is Simmons. Rounds the boards with it, trying to move it ahead. To the blue line, kept in momentarily, but now back out to center ice. Here come the Bears. Into the zone they go. 3-on-2, the shot. Meacham makes a big save, holds on for the face-off, and we're going to have a whistle, and we're going to have a penalty on Massena. So Meacham called upon to make a big save right off the bat here.
Right off the bat, boy, you're thrown into the mix like that, no warm-up, and the Bears got the Raiders right back on their heels, storming down there. Meacham made the save, but couldn't control the rebound, and one of the Raiders had to, I think that's...
it's going to be Rochford picking up the penalty.
Yeah, it'll be cross-checking in front of the net as he tried to help his goaltender because Canton was buzzing. Now hitting from behind, I think it's going to be, but...
Yep.
He hit him from behind with the cross-check. Bears all kinds of pressure, but Matt Meacham thrown into the fray, making a big save right off the bat.
2:33 left in the second period. Bears lead 3-2 and go on the power play here in the second period on the Corky's Collision scoreboard. Broadcast on WMSA, brought to you by Tri-Lakes Home Medical Equipment, and we want to thank them for their new sponsorship of Massena Red Raider hockey. Also by Nationwide Insurance and your local Nationwide agents, Robert Adams and Robert White on East Orvis Street in Massena. Face-off in the Massena zone, goes back to the blue line, kept in at the point by the Bears. They dump it in the corner. Here comes Corey Chase with it. John Parks, back to the point. They move it around the horn. It comes in the 45, Parks with it, stepping by the check. He controls it, back to the point again. That's Ainsworth at the point. Goes to Park at the 45. He steps by the check, dumps it in behind, and they center it in front. The shot, save made Meacham, and the puck is behind the net. And I think the net got knocked off as well. So Meacham's called upon to make a couple of good saves here early in his tenure.
Big save. Canton working the puck around on that right side to the left of Meacham. Raiders very passive, giving him the outside. And then Dave LaPointe snuck down from that left point of his, right down the slot. Canton player behind the net with the puck, found him, put it right on his stick, and he one-timed it. Big save by Matt Meacham.
Robidoux coming out with Engstrom now. The other normal penalty killer, Rochford's in the penalty box. Robidoux will take the face-off. Off the draw, he wins it, flips it, but not out of the zone. Yep, it trickles out to center ice, just barely, as the Canton defenseman just had a bit of a problem with it. But they dump it right back in. Meacham stops it behind the net. Steve Smith with it, flips it around the boards for Engstrom, and he'll just dump it down the ice, take the pressure off. It'll go right in on Frank, and he'll have to make the stop. 3-2 Golden Bears lead here, and they're on the power play. We're in the second period, the waning moments of the second period. Puck comes to Dave Park from Massena. He just wastes some time and then dumps it on the backhand deep in Canton territory. Golden Bears with about 25 seconds left in the man advantage. Started out of there to center ice. And into the zone it goes. Here come the Golden Bears. That's Park with it. John Parks circles behind the Massena net, centers it, goes right in front, and I'll tell you what, Meacham didn't have to make a save, but he dived out and covered it up as that puck was free in front of the net.
Presence of mind, and you got to be in that hockey game, and he was. The Canton threw it out in front, and Matt decided we needed a change. Defense was tired out there, held off, face off to the right with What do we got, Jerry? I can't read that.
14 seconds left in the man advantage. 1:17 in the period.
1:17 in the period. Canton coming the first 3 games of the year had something like 57 minutes in penalties, and Coach Roger Hewitt said, "Hey, enough of this stuff. Undisciplined, foolish penalties." Looking at the sheet tonight, they've taken 2 penalties. Massena's only had 3, but that's a big change. And you can't score, you can't win hockey games when you're spending all the time in the penalty box.
Off the face-off, Raiders look to dump and don't clear the puck. Comes to Steve Smith, picks it up again, tries again, still doesn't clear it, and the puck kept in at the point. Here's a chance, and the shot from Simmons, another save by Meacham. Puck sits in the slot. Here's a backhander, trickles into the corner. Finally, Brian Carroll doesn't clear the zone. The Raiders get a man back as the puck goes in behind. Carroll picks it up, and he'll skate it. Massena has a man breaking. Headman pass goes by everybody. It's intercepted, dumped right back in the Massena zone. That should be far enough for icing. It is, and we're down to 47 seconds left in the second period. Bears lead Massena 3-2 on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
Jerry, you didn't get excited on that last save, but to me, that was a big save down here. That puck kind of changed directions, and Matt Meacham got the left leg out there, got the left toe on it. Big save. The Bears probably had 3 good scoring opportunities on that last penalty, and Matt Meacham just stoned him. Big saves.
Robidoux out to take the face-off now for Massena. He'll face it off against John Parks. Face-off inside Canton territory. 3-2, Bears lead Massena in the second period. Off the draw comes to Engstrom. His shot, he fired it wide. Didn't get much on it either. Engstrom in the corner, flips it behind the net. Defenseman there is David Lapointe. Flips it around the boards, trying to move it ahead. Goes to Mark Smith. Mark Smith trying to clear the zone. It's out to center ice. Here come the Bears. That's John Parks. Gets by the Massena defenseman. A sprawling poke check breaks up the play, though. The puck bounces in behind the net. Sitting on the net, they try to wrap around. Meacham makes the save and holds on for the face-off. And again, that puck came from behind the net. And a good opportunity for John Parks. He banged at it, but Meacham had the post covered and holds on.
Well, Big John is he's also lucky he escaped getting a penalty there, because I thought the whistle had gone, and John a little late coming in there. He's digging. You can't fault him for his hustle and enthusiasm, but about 4 red shirts took exception to that, and he's probably got a couple of welts on his backside. 21 seconds left in second period. Canton up 3-2.
Robidoux will take the face-off against John Parks. Now, wait a minute here. Yeah, here he comes. He'd gone over to the bench, and he's back out there. Face off in the Massena zone. 21 seconds left in the second period. 3-2 Canton leading. Off the draw, the puck controlled by Smith. Bangs it off the boards out to center ice. Raiders pick it up. Here comes Big Robidoux down the right wing side. Skates it in front, and he hit the goaltender with it when he's trying to pass. Robidoux has it taken away. Golden opportunity for Massena. They just couldn't quite execute the 3-on-2. Puck almost stolen by Rochford, side of the net. The puck to the blue line. Here's Robidoux with 1 second. Winds up, and the whistle blows. The girls' high school hockey team in New York State.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's a couple of club teams. Saranac has a club team, and Ogdensburg has a club team, but Canton has the only varsity team, and I know they would like to see Massena maybe come up with a team as well. Off the face-off, puck in the Massena zone, and it trickles out to center ice. Here come the Raiders. Robidoux on his own. Robidoux gets by one, takes it in front, gets a shot off, and coming out to make the save is Frank. The puck's still free, and we have a whistle. I think the net got knocked off, or for some reason they blew the whistle. As Matt Robidoux came in and made that move we've seen him make so often, and Frank made a good save.
Good save. Big Matt Robidoux coming down that right side, basically a one-on-one, and he just bowled his way to the front of the net, got the shot off. Frank made the save, but the puck was hanging free, but the net came off its moorings.
That's the reason for the whistle, apparently. Big Chase dumps it down the ice right off the face-off. That was Chase, Corey Chase, and icing the call immediately, and we'll have a face-off deep in Canton territory. 3-2 Bears lead it on the Evergreen Memorial scoreboard here. We're just underway in the third period.
And as we mentioned before, when these two clubs get together, comparative scores are misleading. We'll pick up that point later.
Off the face-off, quick shot, but that's Angstrom, and it's wide. I think he had it deflected. He stays with the puck. It's knocked down with a high stick, and we'll have another face-off inside Canton territory.
Finish that point, Jerry. Massena beating Ogdensburg 6-1. Ogdensburg beating Canton 3-1, 4-1. But you can't, that's misleading, because Canton had a lot of players that were not playing that game for discipline reasons. I think Coach benched a few of them, let them know that he didn't want those foolish penalties.
Off the face-off, puck in the circle. Engstrom shot right on. Frank makes the save as he has got Rochford right on the doorstep. 3-2 our score for Canton here in the third period. Line changes being made here. Only one other game on the schedule tonight. Salmon River is playing at Malone in high school hockey. Initially, St. Lawrence Central was scheduled to play at Thousand Islands, but they postponed that game due to that tragic death of that St. Lawrence Central student in an accident yesterday. An 11-year-old who happens to be Mickey Locke's nephew, the St. Lawrence Central coach. Here's a shot right off the face-off. Robidoux. Frank makes the save. Rebound. Turning around. Bounces in the circle. Robidoux again has it poke-checked away nicely by Simmons, and he clears the puck to the blue line. Not out of the zone. Raiders trying to put some pressure on. Comes back to the point. Kept in there by Smith to Engstrom. He lost it. Gets it back again. Trying to skate by. It's knocked away. Smith pinches in. Has it knocked away to the blue line. Kept in by Engstrom. Now Smith. Engstrom. They battle for it. Engstrom comes away with it. Dipsy doodles by one, by two. Here's Engstrom's shot. Deflected in front. It goes wide. Rebound in front. Another shot. Another save. And Frank covers it up. The Raiders buzzing around the net here. But some good play by James Frank, the Canton goaltender, keeps him off the scoreboard.
I'll tell you, I don't know what Coach Latham said in between periods, but I'll tell you, he should bottle it. The Raiders coming out are just flying. They've got a lot of giddy, and they're giddy up. They've been all over the Canton goaltender and had 3 or 4 excellent scoring opportunities. That line of Engstrom, Robidoux, and Rochefort all over the Canton.
Off the face-off, puck in the zone of Canton again. Puck comes to the blue line to J.P. Bridges and out to center ice. He headmans it into the zone, knocked away, bounces in there, apparently kept in the zone. Francia after it, flips it free in behind the net for the other Massena defenseman who overskates it. Puck bouncing free, picked up by Briggs. Jason Briggs gets a shot on, and it goes into the corner. That almost went in the net. Now the Raiders move it ahead and out to center ice, just barely. Back in the Massena zone, across the blue line, picked up by Park. Ahead it goes. Whitcup can't catch up with it. David Park follows up, skates by one, has his puck taken away, and the bouncing puck comes back to Bridges, who flips it in the Massena zone. Here's an opportunity for Simmons. He has it knocked away. It bounces in the corner for Jason Briggs. Puck trickles around behind the net. After it there for the Golden Bears, Pat Ryan. Ryan still battling for it, has it knocked away, comes back to the blue line and kept in at the point nicely there. Good play made by the defense, or actually that's Parks who keeps it in. Now the Raiders dump it down the ice, and that'll be icing against them. So after Massena has some good opportunities, it comes down the other way, and Canton has some.
Payback time in the first period. J.P. Bridges just flattened Ian Francia right down here in front of us, and just a second ago, Francia was able to repay him. He gives away about 3 or 4 inches, but nice check by defenseman Ian Francia as he put Bridges on his backside.
Robbie Whitcup out to take the face-off against John Parks. Face-off in the Massena zone, off the draw. In the circle, a bouncing puck goes off a couple of sticks out by the blue line, shoveled into the zone by the Canton defenseman, but Massena will touch it, so no hand pass there. And the puck comes around the boards to Aaron Michaud. Michaud moves it ahead for Smith, flips it out to center ice, the Massena defenseman. Dump back in the Massena zone. Around the net it goes. Stopped by Meacham. He'll leave it for Steve Smith. Smith flips it ahead to the blue line. It bounces out to center ice, back in again, and offsides the call on Canton, and we'll have another face-off with 12:04 left in the third period, and on the Evergreen Memorial scoreboard, 3-2 Canton.
Canton got a break there. I'll tell you, Raider coach Ed Latham must be upset. I know young Robbie Whitcup is, because that Canton player put the hand around the puck. He held it for about a second before he threw it into the zone. And
that could be a delay of game.
Oh, and no way that he just...
Should be a delay of game, Coach. Here comes Carroll's shot from the blue line. Is deflected in behind the net. Frank will clear it in the corner. Aaron Michaud is there. He overskates, trying to come up with it. Bounces back to Smith at the blue line for Massena. Keeps it in momentarily. Now it's cleared back to the blue line. Smith can't keep it in that time. Poke check down to the Massena line. Menkes back after it. Menkes will drop it to Carroll on the other side. Carroll turns it around, flips it ahead to Aaron Michaud. Michaud looking to head man. It's knocked away by Parks for Canton. He dumps it ahead to Corey Chase. Chase this time is upended, and he's going nowhere as the Raiders pick it up and flip it out to center ice. Dump back in the zone. Canton's going to have to get onside as Carroll comes up with a puck, flips it ahead for Michaud. He'll dump as Massena wants a change. No? Yeah, I guess they are going to make a change here. As Nathan Whitcup coming over the boards. Here come the Bears, regrouping in their own end. Headman pass into the Massena zone. Fisher, he's taken out of the play. The puck comes to big David Park. Rips it around the boards for Matt Jobe. Jobe throws a check. The bouncing puck in his skates, trying to come up with it. It squirts free, and the Raiders pick it up, and it's Nathan Whitcup. Nice headman pass to Mankies. Mankies and Whitcup. Mankies trying to center it. He gets knocked down. The puck bounces free. Whitcup and Mankies. Mankies kicks it side of the net. It's cleared by the defenseman into the corner. Good play made by Nick White. Now the puck bounces to Mankies behind the net. Mankies has it taken away by Simmons. Rips it around the boards. Bears move it ahead, not out of the zone. Jobe is there to flip it into the circle again. Dump to the blue line. Bounces out by the blue line, kept in again by Jobe. Good play. Bouncing puck, that one comes all the way out to center ice. David Park flips it ahead to the line. Across the blue line, Whitcup poke checked away, and it trickles back in the Massena zone. David Park after it. Here's David Park being forechecked heavily by Jason Briggs. Puck comes around the boards to Matt Jobe. Jobe looks ahead, doesn't clear the zone, kept in at the point. Here's the shot. That goes in behind the net. Whistles around the boards to the blue line, out to center ice it comes. Now there's going to be a foot race for it. Racing back after to Simmons. He gets there. Jobe takes him out of the play. Trying to pick up the loose puck. Looks to center it in front. Nice play by Frank. Out by the blue line. Here's Engstrom with his shot. Great save by Frank as he holds on for the face-off. As he came from laying on the ice to lunge for the puck as Engstrom was shooting for the open net, and he holds on.
I'll tell you, if they had a talent scout out here for Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey looking for an acrobat, I'm sure they'd sign up James Frank. Outstanding 2 saves as he came. One was a save, one he came out to clear the puck in front of the crease to thwart a great scoring opportunity. Was out of the net to the right by 6 feet, somehow got back across, dove across, and speared that with the left hand to take away a sure goal.
Face off inside Canton territory, still 3-2 Canton. Off the draw, Robidoux trying to barge his way through, bounces away. Engstrom in the corner. Knocked away and up over the boards by the Bears. We'll do it all over again. 9:44 left in the third period. Still 3-2 Canton on the Corky's Collision scoreboard.
3-2, and the main reason is right down here to our right. Big number 35, James Frank. He's been outstanding in this third period. I don't know what the shot's unofficially looking at, about 8-1 in favor of Massena. Wow.
I'd heard Canton goaltending was questionable. I don't believe it.
Wow. No.
Puck, and we got an injured man in front of the net. That's Rochford, but he gets back up and takes his stick up. But the Golden Bears control. Long head man bounces off a body. That's Engstrom again. Turns it around, flips it ahead right to Robidoux. Here's Robidoux. Takes it across. Out by the blue line, lost it off the end of his stick. It'll come back to Steve Smith. Smith will head man. Carroll, he'll dump. Deep in Canton territory. Puck took a funny bounce off the backboard. Clear to the blue line, not out of there. Carroll keeps it in. Trying to flip it ahead, but it's knocked out by Chase. Here comes Smith again. Headman to Rochford. He just flips it across the blue line. Dumped right back out again. Robidoux. Robidoux gets the return pass from Rochford. Takes it in front. Trying to drop it back to the point, but it's too far and out to center ice again. Here's Brian Carroll with it. Carroll dumps it. In behind the net it goes in the corner. Rochford or Engstrom after it. To Robidoux. Robidoux's trying to center. We have a whistle. And I didn't even see that one. It happened behind the play, but it looks like it's going to go against Brian Carroll, I think.
It is. Brian Carroll's going to get a high stick. I didn't see it either. I was following the play. Again, that happened away from the play, and so I can't comment on it. But if it's one of those that's away from the play, those are not good penalties. And especially when the Raiders have really been on a roll here, you can just feel the momentum. It's downhill for them right now. The only guy that's keeping this a 3-2 hockey game is James Frank. He's been outstanding in this period, and Massena just picking up momentum, and you don't want to take a foolish penalty and let that swing the other way.
So the Raiders have to kill a penalty here, or try to, off the face-off. It's Steve Smith knocking it ahead to Engstrom, a little bit too far, and the Bears will regroup and start it out. Ahead it goes to J.P. Bridges. He lugs it across the blue line, poke checked away, out by the point in the corner. Smith ahead, moves it ahead, not out of the zone though. And it's dumped wide by Keith Simmons. In behind the net, Bridges after it there for Canton. 1:05 left in the man advantage. Controlled by the Bears in front. Comes back to Simmons at the point off a leg. He'll dump to the open wing. Now the puck picked up on the 45 by the Bears. They move it around the horn. And they're controlling the puck pretty good out to the blue line. Here's Simmons' shot. He roofed it high over the net. Field goal attempt is no good.
Down to 49 seconds in the penalty. Raiders front guys, Stevie Menkes and Tad Rochefort, and back David Park and Stevie Smith. But Coach Latham's going to make a wholesale change. Well, now it's not wholesale. He's changing 3 of the 4, bringing Robidoux, Rochefort, and Francie out there, and leaving Captain David Park.
John Parks comes in to take the face-off for Canton. Of course, that Corey Chase is out there as well. Off the face-off, Raiders don't clear the zone. Now they do, out to center ice. Here comes Rochefort racing for it. Left wing side, just trying to flip it ahead to Robidoux. He's got some room in front and gets it right across the goal mouth. Frank comes out to poke it ahead. He's made some heads-up play, this goaltender for Canton. Raiders trying to put a little pressure on here. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. Long head man pass comes to Corey Chase. Chase stops out by the blue line, lost his edge, and it's intercepted. Rochefort, he'll just dump it. Tried to make a move on Robidoux and lost his edge, and the puck rolled off his stick, and Rochefort just flipped it down the ice. Bears move it ahead. Here comes John Parks with it. Parks takes it down the right side into the Massena zone with 9 seconds left in the man advantage. Dipsy doodling, trying to take it by Francie. Circles behind the net, a wraparound attempt. He lost it off the end of his stick, or he might have had an opportunity. The puck squirts free. We have a whistle and another penalty. And it's going to be a cross-check call.
Yeah, it's going to go in Raider player. I'm trying to pick that number. Is it Stevie Smith? He's the guy got cross-checked.
Yeah, he's the guy that got cross-checked. The penalty is on Canton, so that'll give Massena an opportunity here to maybe equalize things on the power play.
Little things department, things you don't notice, but that time number 14, Mark Smith, set a great pick out in front for the Canton as the Canton player went around behind the net. Smith parked out in front and picked off the Raider defenseman as he tried to go to the side to pick him up. Canton threw it out in front and had a good scoring opportunity.
Got a problem on the clock there. The clock reads 1:30, the penalty 7:15. And the clock says 1:30.
No, it's on the penalty.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry about that. Okay. No, you had me confused.
I thought it looked right to me.
Yeah, you're right. And the puck in the Massena zone. Mark Smith with it. He's got the puck, made a good play. He's got the game-winning goal right now if it stays the way it is, and he made a good play there. Here comes Massena, head man on the stick of Robidoux. Robidoux shifts by one, takes it across, lost it off the end of his stick, poke check back out to center ice. Angstrom to Menkes, he just deflects it in the zone, and the puck comes in behind the net, picked up there by the Bears as they try to move it ahead. There's a battle behind the net, kept in by Dave Park. Park flips it to Robidoux at the 45, back to the point. Here's Angstrom with it. He skates, centers it in front, knocked down. It's clear to the blue line, and poke check, not out of the zone. Big Dave Park with it. Flips it in front. Menkes trying to center it, gets it back again. Here's Menkes. Made the good play, but a good play by the Canton defenseman broke it up. Comes to Park at the point. Goes to Carroll. Cross-ice pass for Robidoux, intercepted and dumped out to center ice.
Go to the well once too often, Jerry. I'm sure Roger Hewitt has told his defense to be aware of that cross-ice pass.
Here come the Raiders back again, intercepted and dumped by the Canton defenseman Simmons all the way back in the Massena zone. Meacham will have to play it around, and he kind of misplayed it, but the Raiders are back to pick it up. Here comes David Park, bangs it ahead for Robidoux. Here's Matt across the blue line. Back out, back in. No? Ooh, that should have been an offsides. They missed one. Menkes passes to himself. Takes it in the corner. He's taken out of the play. And a good defensive play made by Nick White. White gets tied up by Menkes. He kicks it free. Robidoux gets knocked down. White comes up with a puck and moves it ahead. And a good job by Canton killing this penalty. Here they come in the zone again. It's Nick White with it. Knocked away from him out by the blue line. Kept in at the point. Here's the shot, and it's deflected up into the screen behind the net.
Clock ticking down, 5:19 left in this third period. And in this hockey game with the Golden Bears up 3-2, that penalty has kind of taken some of that momentum away from the Raiders. Let's see if they can pick it back up. First half of that third period, they were all over Canton, but could not find the key to unlock the puzzle of James Frank down between the pipes. He's been outstanding this third period. Unofficially, still 8-1 shots on goal.
Face off in the Massena zone. Mike Donnelly out to take for Canton against Robbie Whitcup. Off the draw, puck right across the goal mouth. Raiders pick it up, move it ahead, and out to center ice it goes. Trickles all the way down into the Canton zone where it's picked up by David Lapointe. Flips it ahead out to center ice. Here comes Canton, 2-on-2. Rochefort is back to check Mike Donnelly, and he comes up with a puck and flips it ahead to Aaron Michaud. Michaud starts back out for Massena. Michaud Across the red line, across the blue line in the zone, makes a nice move. Here's Michaud in the corner, takes it in front, behind, circles, looking to center, back to the point. Adam Wood with it, winds up through traffic. Nice save by Frank. Great shot by Wood. Might have just been a little bit high, if anything else. Now the puck dumped down the ice into the Massena zone, off Wood's leg, so icing waved off. Good play by Massena, good opportunity. Here comes Smith, headman too far. Back to the Canton line, picked up by White again, Nick White. Moves it ahead to the Massena line, and across the blue line, he got a man all by himself in front, shot, score! That's Mark Smith getting his second goal of the game. The Raiders thinking offense, forgot to play defense, and Smith all by himself beats Meacham to make it 4-2.
Well, it was a 2-on-2 situation. Raiders had a forward and a defenseman, and unfortunately they both went for the guy along the boards who had the puck, and just left. There was no one from the dot on the right side all the way to the other board in that neutral zone. There was one body in there, and he had a yellow shirt on, and the Canton player just threw it across, and he just walked right in, and Matt Meacham had no opportunity on that, but just a defensive letdown by the Raiders as two Massena players went to cover one Canton player and didn't balance the ice.
So it's a 4-2 game for the Golden Bears, and we're down to just 4:21 left in the period. Massena calls a timeout here, gives us time to tell you our broadcast on WMSA, brought to you by Tri-Lakes Home Medical, also by Nationwide Insurance, and by your local Nationwide agents. By North Country Savings Bank, located throughout the North Country, including Canton and Massena. By Upstate Telecom and the Heart Haven Shopping Center, Massena. Stop in and check out Cellular One at Upstate Telecom. Seaway Orthopedics, located on Andrew Street in Massena. By Sullivan's Office Supply. By the Massena Savings and Loan Association in Massena on Main Street. Coca-Cola and Powerade, sponsor of the Powerade Power Goal Contest. By Seacom Federal Credit Union. And be sure to stop in and see the new office downtown in the former Modern Day building. Also by Massena Building Supply downtown Massena, Reynolds Metals, St. Lawrence Reduction Plant, and by Massena Optics in downtown Massena.
That line of John Parks, Corey Chase, and Mark Smith have certainly done the damage. Had all 4 goals, 11 points here, and I tell you, that might be a backbreaker and just a defensive breakdown by the Raiders.
So the Raiders here have their work cut out for them, no doubt about it. It'll be Parks taking the face-off against Robidoux. Off the draw. The puck kicked free. Steve Smith comes up with it. Just over 4 minutes to go, Smith dumps it deep. Racing in after Tad Engstrom. Engstrom gets double-teamed, flips it free in front. Robidoux and Rochford can't come up with it. It's picked up by Nick White. White to the blue line, kept in by Smith, and he tried to flip it in the corner. Instead, it goes off the boards, and he gets checked. And we're going to have matching minors. Steve Smith, and I'm not sure the Canton player who checked him is.
And Steve Smith is really upset.
I don't know what the point of that was.
I don't know either. But
that happened right below us, right at the Canton bench, and he's calling them both on a penalty.
We'll wait and see what the call comes up, but the Raider players are clustered around the official scores. You got to stay out with that circle, outside that circle, but they're not too happy with referee Wayne Humel, and I'm not sure if even Canton's questioning the call. Captain Corey Chase is over there, but both players, one from each team, in the box, that coming at the 10:57 mark, and it's going to be Stevie Smith for Massena, and we'll find out who the Canton player here is in a second.
4:03 left. Robidoux stays out there along with Engstrom. Roughing the call?
Yeah, going to go through roughing.
Parks is the other player.
Elbow on 20.
Okay, elbow on Smith, and okay, here comes Massena. Engstrom gets by 1, gets by 2, and the third guy got him and dumps it down the ice. And that'll be an icing, I believe, on Canton if it crawls far enough, and it does. And we'll face it off inside Canton territory. Engstrom did what he wanted to, got by 2, but that third guy couldn't do it.
Yeah, he just couple dipsy doodling, and he just turned a couple of the Canton players inside out, but he couldn't get in position to trigger it, and by the time he was working around to that forehand, the Canton defenseman knocked the puck off. Those calls, Steve Smith for elbowing and John Parks for roughing, and that at the 10:57 mark.
Off the face-off, Engstrom trying to barge his way through. Centers in front, Robidoux, back to the point. Park to Robidoux in front. Backhander scores a goal. Matt Robidoux to make it a one-goal game. 3-2 our score.
Massena gained the zone and taken a shot. Franks had made the save. Canton got possession, couldn't clear it, came back, threw it back to the point. David Park knocked it down, and he feathered a nice pass on that left side to Matt Robidoux, who was parked off to the right of James Frank, and Robidoux on his backhand beat Frank to the glove side, low to the glove side, and we've got ourselves, again, a one-goal hockey game with 3:46. That'll be David Park, or Matt Robidoux from David Park, and probably number 5. It's going to be Tad Engstrom's going to pick up an assist on that also.
That is a 4-on-4 goal. Both teams down a man at the time. Here come the Raiders. Deflected down the ice. That'll be icing on Massena. As Engstrom tried to flip it ahead to Robidoux, but a little bit too far, and icing the call, and we'll go back and face off in the Massena zone. Now it's a 4-3 game for Canton, and 3:32 the time on the clock.
11:14 the official time of that goal. Matt Robidoux, his 3rd of the year, and David Park along with Tad Engstrom will pick up the assist on that one.
Donnelly out to take the face-off against Robidoux, right side in the Massena zone, off the draw. Raiders trying to move it ahead along the blue line. Robidoux pokes it, doesn't clear the zone. Comes in behind the net. Brian Carroll. He'll go to David Park on the other side. Gets the return pass in behind the net. Goes back to Park as Canton putting some pressure on. And now finally Robidoux tips it ahead for Engstrom. A little bit too far. Robidoux tries to follow. The puck along the boards. Park throws a heavy check. Engstrom comes up with it, but it's taken away. The player who got checked gets back up and comes up with a puck. Makes a good play. Now they get a man breaking. It's going to be an offsides, though, as the whistle blew, as that puck followed the man into the zone. Looked like they were going to have a 2-on-none, but it was just a little bit too far.
You mentioned that goal, a 4-on-4 situation. We still have 4-on-4 out there. I do believe the penalties haven't expired. Stevie Smith and John Parks in the box, but great pass from Captain David Parks. He looked up and he saw Matt Robidoux all alone to the right of goaltender Franks. Great pass down there, and Robidoux beat him with the backhander.
Off the draw, it comes to Carroll. Carroll at the red line, dumps it deep in Canton territory. Racing in after it, Rochford. Rochford in behind the net, looks to center, goes around behind on the other side. Racing for it there for the Bears, Mark Smith, who, if this score stands up, will be the hero of this game. And he sends it deep in Massena territory. Looks to center, but it's knocked away. Nathan Whitcup gets tied up side of the net, trying to stay with it. Helping out is Brian Carroll. We're down to 2.5 left in this third period. Penalties have elapsed. We're back to 5-on-5. Carroll trying to skate by. It's knocked away back out to center ice. Picked up there by Converse. Converse off the boards deep. That'll be an icing on Massena and move the face-off back in Massena territory. We are down to 2:19 left in the third period. On the scoreboard, Canton 4, Massena 3.
And the Raiders holding a territorial edge in this period, as we mentioned before, outshooting the Golden Bears to this point in this period, 10-2. Each club getting a goal. Mark Smith at the 10:39 mark and Matt Robidoux at 11:14 to make this a one-goal game.
John Parks out there to face off against Nathan Whitcup in the Massena zone. Off the draw, Raiders control. Here comes Mankies with it. He's got Canton players hanging all over him and dumps it right back in the Massena zone. And icing the call, apparently. That was pretty close to the red line where he dumped it from, but they're going to call icing.
Well, we're going to have a referee saying, yeah, we're going to center ice jab, made the wrong call. And it's
okay, I was wondering about that.
Face-offs are always big, but especially late in the game and in your own end. So big break for the Bears here on this one.
Off the face-off, the puck sits and is dumped into Massena territory. Raiders back after it, Steve Smith. Smith with 2 minutes left in the hockey game, third period, dumps it down the ice. They're going to wave it off. Somebody must have touched it. Trickles in the Canton zone. Raiders trying to crash in. After it there is Simmons. Rips it around the boards and to the blue line. Francia can't keep it in the zone. Gets it back again. Dumps it deep in Canton territory. But the Bears are there to control it. Move it out to center ice. Long right wing pass. Into the zone it goes. Down to 1:40 left in the third period. Bears control it to the side of the net. Steve Smith picks it up. Smith moving it ahead. Raiders to Converse. Converse 1-on-2. Now he's 2-on-2 with Whitcup. Takes it across. Winds up the shot way wide. Puck trickles to the blue line. Kept in at the point by Steve Smith. Dumps it in the corner. Picked up by the Bears, though. They'll move it ahead. Steve Smith keeps it in again. Shoots it. Knocked down in front. It's in the circle. They bang at it. Where's the puck? In behind the net. And that was just wide. Menkes battles for it. We're down to 1:14. Menkes gets tied up by Chase. The puck's still free, apparently, and it's cleared around the boards. Comes back to the blue line. Kept in at the point by Smith. Smith trying to center it. Goes off a leg, back to the point. Kept in at the point. Francia winds up. His shot deflected in the corner. Into the final minute of play. Is Meacham coming off? And we're going to have a face-off inside Canton territory with 56 seconds remaining and a 4-3 Canton lead.
Excellent job by Ian Francia and Stevie Smith keeping the puck in the zone. Gambling in this situation, you gamble all you want. And that line of Michaud, Whitcup, Robbie Whitcup, and Steve Menkes buzzing around, but just couldn't put it home. But got a whistle down deep in the corner, give Massena a chance to pull their goaltender and get the Robidoux, Rochefort, and Engstrom line out there with Carroll and Park on the points.
Face-off will come deep in Canton territory to the left of goaltender James Frank, who's played well here this evening.
Oh, he's been outstanding.
Especially in this third period.
Yeah.
Robidoux off the face-off. Engstrom in front, drops it back to the point. Dave Park, quick snapshot is blocked. In the corner, they move it along the boards. Park pinches in. Raiders have pulled their goaltender. The puck comes bouncing out to center ice. There's an empty net, and it's cleared up to the blue line, into the zone, back out to center ice. Here comes the Raiders. Ahead, Engstrom. He's got some room. Trying to dipsy-doodle by. Gets knocked away. The puck clear to the blue line, not out of the zone. Into the corner. We're down to 30 seconds. Bears clear it to the blue line. Kept in at the point. Barely. Engstrom with it. Flips it in the corner. Puck goes in behind the net with 23 seconds left. Raiders control back to the point. Here's Carroll with it, flipping it in the corner. Around it goes. Engstrom centering pass gets knocked down, gets it back again. Here's Tad Engstrom. Goes around behind the net. Robidoux trying to go back to Engstrom. Bounces in front. Here's a shot. Oh, Engstrom misses it by the net. Big opportunity. Raiders go back to Carroll at the point with 4 seconds left. In the corner it goes. Centering pass in front. The shot. Oh, it's just wide by Robidoux. And the Bears hold on for the win.